Ooh. Hello everybody, welcome. Well, we're trying to get out of this place because Jenny and I are leaving here and we're going back to England for a month. And we're trying to leave here Barryville. We're going to be coming back and going somewhere different after here. That's back in later on in September. But so yeah, today we're working helter-skelter to try to get out of here and get the place straight, because we've got to be out of here by midnight and it's total chaos. As you can imagine, trying to dismantle a pottery isn't the easiest of things, and oh boy. Anyway, as promised, we were, the last time we met, I was discussing with you, we were doing some glazing, if you remember. And I had a final firing in the kiln, in this converted electric to gas kiln. I'd like to say that it was a successful firing. But basically it wasn't a successful firing. The reason being that when I got up to about 2250 approximately, when I got up to that temperature, I was upstairs and I was going to come down again for I was on one of my sort of 20-minute breaks. This was about 1 o'clock in the morning. So anyway, I was feeling a bit tired, and my alarm did go off, and I thought, oh, I'll give it another 10 minutes. I thought, foolish mistake. Don't ever do that. If the alarm goes off and you've got to get downstairs, because you just don't know what might be going on. And in this case, when I came downstairs in the middle of the night, can you imagine, to my horror, flames leaping up the side of the kiln. I was thinking, what is going on? This is crazy. What had actually happened was, my kiln, as you've seen, has got its chimney on the outside. And what had actually happened was that a piece that's inside the chimney, which I had protecting the metal of the stainless steel going all around, I had some ceramic fibre there, which was glued in position, but both pieces just suddenly slipped and fell right down, completely blocking the exit flue at the base, if you follow me. So what was effectively happening here? Well, we had a situation where the kiln was in like 100% reduction, if you get me, because there was no way for the gases to escape. So where the burners went in is also where the gases came out, and then were licking up the side of the kiln with this smoky yellow acrid smoky flame. So when I looked through the burner ports at the base, I couldn't see the other side of the kiln. The atmosphere was so thick with smoke and so clogged. I quickly thought I'd have to remedy the situation, so I had my raku tongs down through the chimney at the top, singeing my as you can imagine. Anyway, I was getting out bits of this ceramic fibre board stuff that was there that had fallen down, but I wasn't getting to grips with it. It wasn't coming up. So, oh dear. So I thought, right, what we've got to do? Well, of course, I turned everything off. Right at the base of the kiln, the bottom brick of the stack, I had to pull that brick out, get my tongs in, then, of course, at that angle, I could look right in through the flue, right into the kiln at the base. Take the piece of ceramic fibre that was blocking the flue, get it out, clear it, having to hold the chimney stack in place so it didn't fall down. Then get the brick, put it back in place. I have to say, you need a little bit of a clear head to do such things, and it's not necessarily recommended for beginners, but anyway. The sort of problem you wouldn't encounter with an electric kiln. However, I was successful, I managed to get it out. eventually the atmosphere in the kiln cleared, and the temperature began to go up again because we lost quite a lot of temperature, of course. With this heavy reduction going on, the temperature couldn't go out, it was just sort of like stuck there, and the temperature was going down. So again, temperature was coming up, and I managed to get cone 9 to go right over, snaking and running away, you know. It's what I call a cone 10. Anyway, so of course, in the following day, with anticipation, I'm there at the kiln, wondering what kind of results we're going to get. And I got a strange set of results here. To be honest, I don't know the answers to why they were as they were. Let me just go through a few of the pieces. This is the wobbly charger that you saw me glaze. Well, typically you see the iron oxide decoration that I've done here absolutely reduced to the uttermost, this sort of metallic, almost purpley colour, and quite rough. That one actually wasn't too bad, and I wasn't too displeased with it, although it was a little bit heavily reduced. That's that fella. I'm just going to show you some of the ones that came out that were nicer. This was a quite nice, interesting one. We had these two, which were on a lighter clay body, so that they didn't have so much iron in, so they were whiter. Quite a lot of glaze blistering I saw. Blistering of the glaze. As you can tell, I'm a complete novice with Shino. Some blistering here. My impression was that I had the glaze thickness a little bit on the thin side. Very red, as you can see, indicating probably a little bit too thin the glaze. I can see the colour here difference. The clay body to where the glaze is, it's very thin, the glaze. It is actually. This bowl I had out, can you see what's happened here? All the glaze is just falling off the side of the thing, and blistering, and just bits of glaze just falling off. I'm not quite sure why, to be honest. This one was quite nice, I think. Came out quite nicely. I was quite pleased with that. Another one here. It was quite a nice mixture of... I like pots that have got a little bit of variety about them. Not all one solid colour, but a little bit of different colours breaking at different points. I look for that, I like that. This one again, oh, I think I already showed you that. What else? I'm showing you now some of the better ones. We got here little covered box. Again, very heavily reduced, the iron oxide there. This biscuit barrel, a bit disappointing, it blistered a lot. And very matte. The glaze became very matte in places. This has been out in the rain, it's wet. Here's a bowl, a fluted bowl. It's wet, so it may appear shiny, but it's actually very matte colour. And I think, looking at it, I'm thinking, glaze is too thin. No question about it, glaze is too thin. Now I did some raw-fired tea bowls. Here is one. Now this was on the bottom of the kiln. It's absolutely matte and quite rough to the touch. Quite strange. I think something to do with that smoky atmosphere. Again, here another jar, Shino, very red. Dear oh dear. Another fluted bowl here, again very red. too much red, you see, for me. I prefer less red, really. Small bowl. This one doesn't appear so reduced by the colour of the body, the clay body. But slightly matte on the inside again. What else?
There's a few more pieces over here.
I won't show you too many more. Yeah, it's been raining today like crazy, so everything's full of water. I quite like that one in a kind of a way. Castellated foot, remember? Did I tell you about that? I think I did in that last clip. So, oh yeah, well, here, look at this. You know, as I look at it, I think the glaze thickness isn't. I don't know, maybe I didn't mix up the glaze well enough or something. And this fella, really well fired, high fired, bloated though, got some bloating there. See the bloating? And another one here, again, very, very dry looking. Anyway, I suppose it's one of those learning curve experiences. Every once in a while, you get a firing that's a bit of a disaster, but don't let it discourage you. Try and learn from your mistakes and try to see where you went wrong. You know, and if you're not quite sure why you got a certain result, well, ask somebody, because there's somebody out there who knows more than you do. That's always nice to know. There's somebody out there that knows more than me. Therefore, I can go and ask them, and if they're nice, they'll tell me. So, anyway, I just wanted to share that with you. Next clips that I do will probably be from Europe somewhere, and so stay tuned. Give us a few days. I'm in kind of meltdown at the moment, trying to get my head together. Get everything packed away, all these boxes and boxes of pots and equipment and everything, and get everything out of here. And so I better get on with that actually. I haven't got many hours left. So Simon Leach saying, keep practicing. Hang on in there.
See you soon.
Bye bye.